Hello, global professionals. Conversational English is inadequate to achieve your career objectives. In a globalized economy and a very competitive job marketplace, you need to work hard towards developing conversational skills at a professional level. English has become the language for business and technology worldwide. An interesting trend is that 3 out of 4 English-speaking professionals around the world are non-native English speakers. So what if you end up working for a multinational company and you have to lead English-speaking teams of professionals towards the achievement of organizational goals? Then you will be a real global manager. At this point, conversational English, day-to-day English, the basic English that you learn at the local language school won't be enough. It will be insufficient. Because as managers, you have to be involved in a process in which businesses identify, anticipate, and satisfy the needs of a target market. Also, as manager, you perform a process called the management process, in which you basically perform 4 major functions: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. At the planning stage, we set a course of action for the whole organization, always based on the company's mission and vision statements, right? In the organizing function, we allocate resources and tasks. We allocate the resources that every team member will need: infrastructure, financial resources. We also create organizational charts and make sure that it follows a line of command. We make sure we have the best talent. We allocate human resources as well in the organizing function. Leading function is about aligning efforts towards achievement of organizational goals. And here's where communication plays an important role. We'll get back to that in a minute. Controlling function is about evaluating in order to take corrective action. Here's where managers ask themselves the question: what went wrong? Why didn't we achieve the objectives as planned? Going back to the leading function, it's important that you understand that you will be aligning efforts. You will be in a process of meaning creation and negotiation. Meanings, what I mean by meanings is that you create your own ideas based on your interpretation of reality, your own ways of approaching a problem, your own ways of, facing a situation and providing solutions to a specific problem. See, this is what managers do all the time. They're creative. They want to approach problems in different ways. If you are not creating these meanings, you're being paid for nothing, because this is what managers do. They're hired to be able to do this. But creating these meanings, these ideas, these approaches is the easy part. You will find resistance from your team. Your team will be always unwilling to, support your actions or your ideas in the company. So in that sense, you will have to negotiate those meanings. This is what scholars call the constitutive view of communication, in which you use communication for higher purposes. You're involved in this process of meaning creation and negotiation, and that's how you get things done, because managers get things done through others, through the work of others, other people, right? That's your role as a manager. But guess what? Your conversational English, if you learned English at a local English school, maybe you speak intermediate level of English. You have not been exposed to what is it like to be a manager in an English-speaking environment. So here's where I provide a solution to this problem. We're going to do what native speakers do. Native speakers go to the university and they learn through cases. In this training program, we're going to use the best cases from the top business schools around the world. And in that sense, you will be exposed to real situations from real businesses, real challenges that companies are facing. And through this method, reading, analyzing, discussing, and presenting cases in online private sessions with me, you will be mastering a set of skills, competencies, what I call the 6 learning objectives of the program. The first objective has to do with the fact that you have to improve your ability to communicate in this language. Objective number 1 is to progressively acquire native-like English proficiency. Objective number 2 has to do with mastering terminology in business. Objective number 3 has to do with improving your public speaking skills. Number 4 has to do with improving your business judgment. Number 5, improving your critical thinking, while analyzing business cases. And number 6 is about data sufficiency and quantitative skills. So I am very much into developing this set of professional competencies, so at the end of the day, you're able to communicate at a much more complex level, and your English will be so good at the time, and you will be exposed to real situations that at the end of the day, you will turn into a truly global professional. Let me give you an idea of what I mean. Students of the program will be faced with the first case. The first case is about Aldi, and Aldi is the fastest growing business in the discount grocery industry. They will be given a case. They're going to have to read the case. I will lecture for them in these online sessions. I will lecture for them the most important concepts from the case. We will learn how a retailer chose to be the low price alternative in a very competitive market such as the grocery retail industry. And they have been so successful at doing this because they have been able to offer a very limited product offering of about 1,400 items. They created their own brands and they have their own network of stores around the world. And basically what they do is they enter these production agreements with top manufacturers around the world to produce their products on their specifications, in which they choose to use, maybe lower quality ingredients or packaging that is not as fancy. And this is how they actually are able to create products or to have producers manufacture products for them that are much cheaper. And that way they can compete in the discount grocery industry. So it is so interesting how you are going to be learning about real companies and real cases and learning all kinds of terms in business, such as enforcing purchasing power, the importance of private branding, how a company can effectively cut down on costs by adopting a streamlined approach, which is eliminating unnecessary steps in the process. At the same time, this company will see how they created a number of in-store efficiencies, and this is how they were able to add less cost to products at every stage of the supply chain. So interesting. You will be discussing, you will increase your understanding of business, you will actually master terminology. It's a great way to learn. Every week you will have specific communicational tasks that you need to complete for me. When you're ready, I will provide videos, I will provide audios and presentations. You will study on your own, and we will meet about 2 times per week so that you can show the results of your practice, your daily practice at home. Basically, you will feel what it's like to have presentations in English every week. And this is what pretty much happens in the real world when you work for a multinational company, which you have to do presentations on an almost daily basis. Okay, so do not wait any longer. Start training with an expert. I am a professional with a business degree from the University of Toledo in Ohio. I graduated in the United States. I became an English teacher so I could help my students increase their skills in the English language. I got certified by Cambridge University as a CELTA qualified teacher. I am also a coach, a growth coach from the Life Forming Institute in the United States. So I am very much into achieving objectives, having a vision, and setting smart goals in the process so that we can together achieve the goal of improving your professional competencies in the long run. Okay? So I hope to hear from you soon so we can schedule a free session and we can get together and discuss your career objectives and design a special training program just for you. Okay? Have a good day. Nice meeting you.